Stu and Dave Do America presents Brooklyn versus the Islamic Call to Prayer. Real?
On the plus side, it also smells terrible.
Very true. Well, that pre-existed any Muslim
That's
population.
correct. Yeah, that's just New York. I mean,
yeah.
I don't mean them. I mean the city. It's the benefits of living there.
Yes.
And, unfortunately, when this happens, you can't hear the Spanish rap music blaring from 10 blocks away.
That's true. Maybe it's a little bit different, but we probably shouldn't be too sensitive to it. Something horrible is going to be in the air, sound-wise and smell-wise, either way.
Yeah, either way, the second that stops, you just hear a guy beating the crap out of his baby mama. So either way, it's New York.
Maybe it's more pleasant, frankly. Islamic Call of Prayer, much nicer than just hearing what sounds like, old Batman punches around the city. Okay, we have so much to get to today, and I want to do that right now. Let's do the continued exposure of Dr. Fauci. Welcome to Stu and Dave Do America. I'm Stu Burguiere, along with Dave Landau.
Ahoy, we meet again.
So much to talk to you about today. I don't know if there's any Islamic calls to prayer that will be available in any of your cities here, David, but there's a great list of them coming up at davelandau.com.
Yes, the devil's alarm clock, many call it. Yes, you can come out this weekend to Glendale, Arizona at Stir Crazy, August 20th at Hilarities in Cleveland, Ohio. Honolulu, August 26th. That's Blue Note in Honolulu, Hawaii. And just announced October 15th, I will be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at the Punchline.
Very cool. Also, BlazeTV.com. Go there, subscribe. Use the code BlazeTV.com/Stu and Dave. They just announced Josh Howerton, who's a pastor here in Texas, huge following, and he's going to be joining Blaze TV. That just got announced today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so huge, really big voice in the Christian circles. And so something, Blaze is growing, and it's a great time to get involved. BlazeTV.com/Stu and Dave. Also mentioned PredictableShow.com, where we do prediction market stuff. One of the reasons I mentioned this is because tonight is one of the biggest primary nights of the year. There's 6 different states going on. We look for not only to try to tell people what might be coming up in the elections, which is really, really important, but also if there are opportunities to maybe profit off of some of these elections. We try to invest in these elections, do it all the time. We've done well so far. We would love for you to join us. It's PredictableShow.com. We're doing live streams all night, basically, from the time these results come out, looking for opportunities as the vote count comes out, because sometimes there's just little stuff that goes weird in the vote count that gives you these little openings.
Like a helicopter of ballots? Does that happen ever?
When you see that, you're like, oh, well, I think I know what's going to happen at the end of this election. Maybe it's time to put money on one side of it.
Yeah, that's true. Or they cover up windows with newspapers and stuff ballot boxes.
We'll be doing our whole live stream behind windows with newspapers just to honor the election.
Well, you should.
Yeah, of course.
That's the only way to do it legitimately.
Exactly. That's how you count votes legitimately. Okay, let's go to the topic of the day. This is Trump signing an order for childhood vaccines. According to AP News, he made a big kind of press release, Dave, out of this fact sheet. President Donald Trump delivers gold standard childhood vaccine recommendations for Americans. And, it goes through a lot of this. Trump has been skeptical of vaccines for a while. It's funny because he obviously was very highly involved in the COVID vaccine.
Yes.
Many vaccine skeptics not necessarily appreciative of. But he is, if you go back to 2005 and back decades, he is one of the people out there kind of talking about vaccine skepticism before the COVID thing even happened. And makes sense that he works with RFK Jr. on that, who is also pretty skeptical on these things.
Well, yes, RFK, I think they recommend 72 vaccines. And RFK has also had 72 shots growing up, but it was all heroin.
It's true.
Yes.
By the way, he's admitted that many times.
I know. I had him on Normal World.
Yeah.
And I did a tour with him.
A tour of.
We did a comedy tour a couple times.
Oh, I remember that.
Yes,
Right, yeah.
and I like RFK.
Yeah.
I like him a lot.
And he
Got a
liked
good
heroin.
sense of humor, and he liked heroin.
He did like it.
And I did. I liked heroin.
From what I understand, it's a great product
really
for what it does.
It does exactly what it's supposed to.
It's incredibly effective.
In fact, it's one of those things that you do and you go, well, this is better than they said it was going to be.
Wow. Because I've had that experience. Like my wife bought Biscoff pudding.
Yes.
From HEB, which is a grocery store chain down here. Holy crap, it's incredible.
Yes.
I think about it all the time.
That's like heroin.
That's like heroin. Okay.
Right.
Okay, that's the same feeling.
Yeah, same feeling you get.
Okay,
Right.
yeah.
Yep.
It's also going to kill me if I keep eating it.
Much like heroin.
Yeah, much like heroin.
Yes.
So I'm not sure which one's worse for you, honestly, Biscoff pudding or heroin.
Probably the pudding.
Probably the pudding,
These days. I don't know what's in it.
Oh my gosh, it's freaking delicious, Dave. Because they give you those on, like, if you're on American Airlines flights, they give you the Biscoff cookies.
They do. Well,
It's by far the worst delivery system of the Biscoff cookie is the Biscoff cookie.
they throw it at you like you're a $10 whore. Like
Yes.
they just like here.
Here.
And then they hand you the pretzels that are the worst things I've ever tasted. And
Oh.
You're like, just take them back. Like, why would I want to have a dry, gross mouth on your... No.
I hate pretzels, especially that type of pretzel. So I'm very excited about this. By the way, I'm on the flight with you. I can smell you eating them. I don't like the smell of you eating those pretzels. Please stop eating those pretzels on the flights.
I'm with you. I don't mind like a soft pretzel.
Oh, I love soft pretzels.
Yeah, those are right.
Those are good. Those are okay.
But-
Serve those on the flights. I'll be happy about that.
Yeah, let's do soft pretzels on the
Yes.
flight. We're paying enough where you can get a hot pretzel machine.
Right. Can I also add here on the Biscoff cookie thing? If you are, I would say, if you're an American Airlines employee, like me, what do they call them these days? Flight attendants?
Flight attendants.
Yes. Whatever you are.
Sky queers.
Sky.
I just want to be right. I don't want to offend anyone.
Right. No, that was good. That was good. I think
Yeah.
people can see you're trying, and
Yes.
that's nice. If you happen to be one of the those employees, I would love to hear from you on this, because the Biscoff cookie is the way it's delivered, which is in its dry original form in these packets, is the most crumb-inducing cookie that has ever been created.
yeah.
Bite out of it, and you just cover. You look down, you have like a mountain of dust on you the second you take one bite.
Yeah, you
out
can't
of these things.
You can't avoid it.
No, you can't avoid it, and you can't clean it. There's no way to keep it. All you're doing is brushing crumbs onto the floor the entire time, and that's what happens on the flight every time.
And then you have basically 6 prisoners come onto the plane, and they're supposed to clean everything in a matter of seconds.
Right.
Like a good COVID era cleaning.
Right.
Between the time that everybody gets off the plane till you come on. Mm-hmm. There's no way.
There's no way.
That's why they get rats on planes.
It's probably true.
See, it's true. They want the Biscoff crumbs.
I feel like if you went to the vacuum after those flights, you'd have like 14 built-up Biscoff cookie bags in there.
They are.
They reform inside the bag, and they probably serve them back to you after.
That's what it is. The whole Biscoff factory.
Yes.
It's just recycled plain cookie.
Yeah. And look, I'm not a hater here. If you take that cookie and you form it into a cookie butter, it is incredibly delicious and almost a perfect product in my mind.
Which is the pudding.
And then if you make it into the pudding, it's even better. So we're just saying. I don't know what RFK Jr. feels about that, but I want to know.
I think you're onto something, and I think that American needs to listen, as well as Delta, because it is a crummy situation. And every time I eat it, I just look down and I'm like, this is fun.
It really is.
Yeah, you just have crummy man tits, and you're sitting there the whole flight like, this is makes me feel good about me and my choices.
Yeah, it's definitely an awful experience in every
It
way.
is. Yeah, there's nothing I feel better about not flying first class and covered with titty crumbs.
Yeah, man. It's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah, that's what I call it. I'm trying to work them out. I'm trying to work out.
I know it's tough. It's tough. I got to say, this time of year too, coming off of the summer, man, it's been a disaster.
I say
I apologize for our appearance.
any time of year.
You're doing well though. You're losing weight.
I'm down 26 pounds.
26 pounds.
Just
Look
lost
at that.
our toddler.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's not, especially in the summer, that's not easy to do.
No, it's not. But I have been pretty good about it.
Yeah.
And fortunately, Texas gives you heat stroke, so I've lost a lot of weight that way.
That's good.
Passing out randomly.
That's good. That's always good as well. Now, that could be also because of, I don't want to scare you here, but it could be severe COVID-19 you're dealing with when you're passing out.
What?
Severe COVID-19 is linked to reactivation of some dormant viruses, according to a new study.
Okay.
And I saw this story, and it reminded me of something I saw. I clicked on the Apple News app, which I try not to do because I don't feel like I get a lot out of that. But when I went over there, they had an article from the Huffington Post, which is one of the reasons why I don't click on the Apple News app. And the headline was, if you live in these areas, you need to be frightened about COVID-19 outbreaks. It's like, what year is this? It's 2026. We're still writing articles about trying to freak people out about COVID outbreaks in 2026. Like, you can still get COVID. You can still get sick from COVID. That's still a thing. But like, have we not adapted at this point? Like, do we not now understand that, look, there are risks to this? You know, we kind of all have internalized the last half decade, have we not?
Well, I think they're worried that it could be dormant and then reawakening, and they're not as concerned that it's the results of a DNA-altering vaccine that was recommended to you by a beagle-slaughtering psychopath.
Oh,
that's what it was.
They didn't even spell that out in the headline. That might have been in the sub-paragraph.
Right.
There, right?
Yeah. It's not the thing that's destroying you from the inside that was forced on you or you were fired from your job.
Can you remind people about the Beagle situation? And in the most, like, don't make it into the Sarah McLachlan, song played with, like, the crying puppies. Like, try to make it so it's not going to disturb everyone's life. Can you do it? Is there a way to walk that line at all?
Yes. In order to test everything, Fauci.
This is before the COVID-19 vaccine, though, right? Isn't this?
Yes. This is what he did for all the people with AIDS. Before he gave them the AZT cocktail, which killed more people than AIDS at the time. Not even kidding. If you actually look up the stats, I think it was worse than the actual virus. He tests stuff on beagles, but he doesn't want to hear the beagles. So what he does is he puts their faces into boxes of sand fleas, from what I understand, that eats the beagles' faces. But they were crying too much, so he cut their vocal cords out so he couldn't hear the beagles scream.
I've heard this. This can't be a true story.
This is real. And this is the one that liberals keep fighting, saying he's not. I think we just across the board have to admit that Fauci is garbage, and we all need to take a nice, deep look at him. I just see the people fighting online just saying, like, you don't like science? It's got nothing to do with that. He's a monster.
Well, and he's also lied throughout this entire process. And, I get that everyone's got a different opinion on all this stuff.
Look, I believe in
complicated time.
But look, I believe in vaccines.
Yeah.
I just didn't believe in that one. I also think they tend to overdo it. Like, by the time the kid's 18, he's seen more needles than Russell Brand and less teenage sex. But still,
not an endorsement of Russell Brand there. I'm noticing that was not an endorsement. Yeah, no.
But for real though, like I personally believe that there's a lot of them that are very effective.
Yeah, I do too.
I just think that one, when I saw it, I was like, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
And again, as a former drug addict, you know how much stuff I've put in my body that I didn't check the ingredients? Like all of it.
I mean, if you're alerting Dave Landau to a problematic injection, I mean, that's a high standard to hit.
Yeah, I've never been handed a pill from a dealer who looked very shady and said, like, well, what's in it? I've just put it in my mouth and hoped for the best.
By the way, this might be a good time to recommend, don't do that.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Don't do that. That's bad. Don't take drugs from random people that you don't know what they are.
Never. One time I took a double stack Pikachu ecstasy. I think it was Pikachu. Might have been a Batman. I don't know.
This isn't sponsored by the Pokemon company.
No.
This is a little bit of a black market situation.
It was a street ecstasy.
It'd be weird if they were like, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna step in. We're gonna support this product.
Yeah, we're like, look, we like ecstasy. We see all the kids are raving these days.
Yeah.
But it had a negative effect, and my body temperature dropped so badly I was turning blue. And I was at a guy's house. Well, guy, one of those people that are older that let all the teens hang out.
Oh, yeah.
And then you also work for him for the summer, and you're like, yeah, he's letting us power wash decks, but he always wants us to not wear a shirt. So anyway, we're at a pedophile's house probably, but he lets us do ecstasy there. Weird. Anyway.
Weird. I just wonder why he would encourage such things.
Yeah, I don't know. But you don't realize it at the time. You're like, this guy's cool, but he really wants to rape you. And he's giving you ecstasy. But anyway, so my temperature dropped and I had to walk around with a big pimp's fur coat on all night.
Really?
Yeah, so I put that stuff in my body.
Yes.
Those are choices that I've made. But when I heard about this vaccine, I thought, this seems pretty shady.
I will say, too, everything Dave talks about is the pre-fentanyl era.
Correct.
Right? Like today, I know this is a thing you actually really feel passionately about,
Yes.
which is, and I have kids who are getting, my son starts high school tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Which is terrifying. And I think about what you say all the time about like that's like one pill, one thing you think is a caffeine pill, you think it's an Adderall or something. Again, you shouldn't do that either, especially from random strangers. Don't take pills from people other than mommy and daddy. Did you hear that, son? Don't take pills from other than mommy and daddy, because if God forbid you do, one stupid thing, one wrong, we're talking a slight fraction of a gram of fentanyl gets into one of these pills, and that could be it. And it is for a lot of people.
You're dead.
Dead.
I mean, honestly, talk to your children about that to make sure they don't take pills. A lot of the stuff I see, it's anything with fentanyl, honestly. It can kill your kid. They don't just talk to them very seriously about just pills. Just say, I even talk to my kid like, I don't know, maybe you smoke pot one day, whatever. I just leave it at that. But I just really am very serious with him about pills. Yeah. And if your parents are actors, don't take pills from them either.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if your parents are Hollywood actors, I
Definitely
wouldn't take pills from them.
Or singers.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, if they're into, no.
Oh, there's a lot of bad stuff going around.
No,
if
you live in Los Angeles, don't take drugs from your parents.
How about, you know what? Just say no. How about that? I don't know if anyone's ever said that before, but I thought that might be a good direction to go.
Maybe a cool first lady.
Yeah. Good old Nancy.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fauci, this is really what we need.
Sorry, we should really get into this.
Get to any of this.
Should get to it.
Fauci discussed potential risks and benefits of COVID vaccine for pregnant women in 2021 text released by GOP senators. This is interesting. Let me just give you this is what Fauci sounded like when he was in the media at around this time. Here he is talking about the risks of the COVID-19 shot with pregnant women. Go ahead.
Since the EUA and under the EUA, approximately 20,000 pregnant women have been vaccinated with no red flags, as we say. And this is being monitored by the CDC and the FDA.
Okay, so tens of thousands of women, no red flags whatsoever.
Good.
Now and Senator Johnson has released these texts from Dr. Fauci's government iPhone. And in those texts is this is a week before that video you just watched.
Okay.
Dr. Fauci writes, I asked around a bit more, and another issue came up that you need to be aware of. Since many people have significant cytokine storms, I can't remember. I remember hearing this term a million times during this debate, but it's been so long. And fever after the second dose, this theoretically could be associated with miscarriage in the first trimester. So he's having these conversations behind the scenes, and then on TV is going on and saying something like that. February 3rd, 2021. This is again like 2 weeks after that text. The FDA has thus far found thus far, and we have to be careful, but thus far, no red flags about pregnant women. There's a bunch of other quotes here, and they go, August, April, September.
That one was public?
That one was public. So that's what he was saying publicly, while showing those sorts of doubts privately. And honestly, like whether you think COVID, the vaccine was great or you think it was terrible, whatever you think, you shouldn't be doing those two things. You shouldn't be going in the media and saying, hey, everything's fine. And the way he phrases it is interesting there, because he just says, we haven't seen any red flags. In his text, it's more associated with like, well, this could be a risk. Like he's not saying that it's definitely happening in the text. I'm sure this would be his defense. He's saying it's not definitely happening. But on TV, he's not showing any signs of doubt. And this is what has, I think, destroyed Americans' belief in public health officials.
Of course it does. Well, I don't know if this is true. He said, and I don't know if it's true, though, but I guess it's in a private text.
Okay.
I'm going to kill more children than Pennywise the Clown. The more souls that I eat, the harder my penis will become. Mm-hmm. Oh, boy. Yep. oh boy, it's so very hard. I like to kill babies. Oh boy.
That was actually a Slack message.
Oh, was it a Slack
Not
message?
a text. Not a text. A lot of people think it was a text. It was not.
See, I just want to make sure. I don't want to be wrong here.
Right. No, you're being very careful today,
Okay.
Dave. I'm very responsible.
I want to make sure that I quote him correctly.
Right.
Oh, wait, and he also wrote, I hate beagles. I guess he calls himself Dr. I Hate Beagles in text.
Yeah, well, that's his username. I think that's Discord.
Oh, it is Discord.
It's like, Dr. I Hate Beagles on Discord.
Yes.
It's a great group.
It's called... No, it's cut cord for vocal cords.
Okay.
That's what it is. I see.
Not Discord.
No,
Discord.
yeah. Discord, the ability to speak.
Right, okay.
Yes.
That's a little bit of a different thing.
He's a real monster, this guy.
Look, it's impossible to defend if you are looking at this and the way he acted privately and publicly. And like, we've mentioned this a bunch of times already, but the man was asking other people in these circles, other physicians, other researchers to delete emails to hide them. That is absolutely a crime when you're a government official.
He was, well, not only that, he was asking the people be fired, have their medical license taken away.
Yep.
He was saying that he was the science, that he was the be-all, end-all of what this was supposed to be, and now we're finding out it was an 82%, possibly an 82% miscarriage rate as a result of, and I don't know if that's way too high. I don't know if it's true or not, but
some of the stuff I got to say, I do feel like we get to this point where it gets a little overblown. Like I can't. Maybe I don't know. I mean, it doesn't seem possible that we could go through a period like that. Where again, remember, I think it was 84%. I think if I remember right, of the population, of the adult population, got at least one shot. Well, it's hard to imagine those numbers playing out without it being a little bit more in our face. Right?
I think this was after a certain booster, though.
Yeah, I think it was the second booster, at least according to that text.
Because but
even that was still 60 or 70% of the population.
Yeah, but I had 3 people text me yesterday because their wife miscarried after that booster, and they saw that information.
I talked to a person yesterday as well who had a similar situation.
That's 4, though, just at this table.
But again, that's, it's anecdotal. We have to acknowledge that, as I know you would. But it's like, it is a, the guy that I was talking to.
That's a rough anecdote.
It is a rough anecdote. It is. I
wouldn't bring it up at a dinner party.
No. No, but you would bring up the beagle conversation, which you do at most dinner parties.
Oh, I would ruin the dinner on purpose. I would seriously bring it up at dinner and be like, that guy.
Oh yeah. Imagine I would pay to see like a reality show about like here's the pitch for the Blaze. Can I pitch something to the Blaze?
Yes.
I haven't asked you about this, but I would like to pitch this involvement. So what the involvement is, or Dave's involvement in this is, it's a reality show where we each week have a new dinner party where we have like, let's say, 20 people around this giant table.
Okay.
And they're all kind of liberal, support the science types. And we somehow leak into the conversation Dr. Fauci, and then the only person that we know in that conversation is Dave, who's sitting in the middle of the table trying to ruin the party.
I will do it. I'm down.
I would totally watch that. That would be incredible.
Can I have a slideshow at one point? Like, look, I got proof.
Yeah, watch.
You'd be like, look at that.
See like dead beagle footage.
Yeah, I'd be like, you said you were vegan? Is that right? You're going to keep... You're still okay with this? You're really going to keep championing your side, huh?
Oh my God. I would totally watch this show.
I would totally do this show.
Oh, it would be so awkward.
I'd sit there chewing. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, I'm sorry that you were all vegan. I did make a delicious turkey. But there is also other stuff.
That's a great idea.
You can have sides.
You just have like this giant, juicy steak that comes out, and everyone else has got like quinoa. Yeah. This is fun.
Yes, I'll do it.
I want to watch this. All right, so we'll get that show going. Lots of new things coming to the Blaze. Don't forget to join us at blazetv.com/Stu and Dave. Okay, bizarre information coming out of the radio world with a kind of a radio legend has some very strange reported rules for his staff. We'll tell you about that next. Buying or selling a home is one of those rare transactions where being wrong can, by like just a few percent can mean losing tens of thousands of dollars. And when you have stakes like that, you don't want to be the person who's choosing someone through a transaction that they put very little thought into, right? It's not like you want to be like, gosh, I don't know. What restaurant do we want to go to on a Friday night? You want something a little bit more systematic, right? You want to make sure that you have a real way like a framework to work through that decision. Because a really good real estate agent is someone who brings something to the table that you simply don't have if you only buy or sell a house every few years. That's just the way it is. It's one of those things that's really, really important, and you don't do it that often, so you don't remember all the pitfalls. You need somebody who can help you through that. realestateagentsitrust.com is the place to go to find that person. No matter where you are in the country, realestateagentsitrust.com is a company that Glenn Beck started years ago to try to help you navigate very difficult waters. And it's really, really important that you get the right person on your side. Go to realestateagentsitrust.com. It's a free service to you. The name kind of says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com. It's realestateagentsitrust.com. Page 6 has a new report. Howard Stern staffers not allowed to speak to radio host at parties in cultish company. People were warned that before any company parties not to speak to Howard, with the added note that people have actually gotten fired for it. An insider claims to the U.S. Sun. They say the company felt cultish. All of the people who work for Howard Stern are desperate for his attention. It's like they all want daddy's approval. I mean, a lot of this does sound, people who don't like the guy, and I don't know how much of this is true. Do you know? I mean, you run in these circles. You know a lot of people who go on his show and
used to.
What do you think of this? What do you make of this?
I mean, Artie loved him at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I know you can't make eye contact with him, I guess, is the thing now. But I think that's because he believes you can get COVID from it.
Right. That's probably, he probably does believe that.
Yeah.
Is that where he really went off the rail? I mean, he was definitely, he's had a really up and down run and he's had about 6 or 7 different careers, honestly, if you go back. He had obviously the early success with the shock jock stuff, but then into kind of like more like an interview show he became, and then there was the reality show stuff, and there was the TV thing he did, and then there was the judging stuff, and then he was like super mega liberal.
There was the blackface with Sherman Hemsley, and then
that was an era.
Yeah, saying the N-word all the time.
Yeah.
And now then he did America's Got Talent, and he wants to be remembered as really woke. And he'll have Billie Eilish and Lady Gaga sing for him while he just goes, "That was beautiful, beautiful." I think it's a wig. I think his hair might be fake.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. Anthony Cumia, who I used to do a show with, worked on his floor. Mm-hmm. Never saw him once.
They were on that floor for a long, long time, right? If I'm not mistaken.
And he was always against Don Imus because Don was supposedly always trying to get him fired, Howard. And then Howard went and did the exact same thing to Opie and Anthony. So I know he's a bit of a hypocrite in that way. I don't know, judging by what his show's become the last 10 years, which is pretty terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's lost it, and I wouldn't be surprised because he's tried to realign himself with the culture, but it's just this huge left-wing thing now that does. I think he's lost whatever was authentic about him.
I mean, why would you bother trying to align with the culture? Like you're
counterculture and became huge as a result of it. Yeah. Everybody who listened to him, it was the working man. Like I used to listen to him and Artie when I was, doing industrial painting. I mean, that's who his fan base was. Blue collar construction workers, people driving to work, stuff like that. So for him to do that, I'm not surprised though. Because if you've seen a show, it's like the Kimmel thing. It's just completely played into the hands of the powers that be.
Yeah, because same thing with Jimmy Kimmel. I think you go back to early on with Jimmy Kimmel. Even I think some of the stuff early on the late night show was actually pretty good.
It was.
And then it's just gone. I mean, these guys, because you'd think you'd get into FU money mode.
Yes.
You'd just be like, I don't care what these people say. Who cares? I'll just say whatever I want. And instead, they like align themselves in this, in the flow of the culture and try to like kiss everybody's, butt that lives on their street. I guess I don't know how that happens. I guess in the Hamptons and in LA, like there's a lot of pressures in that way. Maybe that's what takes hold. But that's just weird. You think from these really strong personalities.
Yeah, there's a strange idea to me where instead of enjoying your own life and doing what you want to do, especially when you have that FU money, you're worried about this legacy that you leave behind, which isn't going to hold up no matter what, as we've learned, because everybody's looked down on. Like people that were around in the 1800s are now looked at for not being woke.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. Like you should enjoy your life and what you do with it and be concerned with what you do now. That's all that really matters.
And
and to your children and the example you set. And now it just seems that you're trying to like line yourself up for whatever this future, like what people will think of you in hundreds of years from now. And it doesn't make any sense. And that's how I think Howard views it.
One of my least favorite phrases in all, I've been doing political commentary and debates for 30 years now. And one of my least favorite phrases that people throw out is like, you're going to be on the wrong side of history.
Yeah.
I don't care about that.
No.
What I care about is being right or wrong. Like if I don't care if some idiotic generation, 6 generations down the line thinks my opinion was stupid. Who cares? I don't care if I'm on the right side of history. I care if I'm right. And people constantly, I think, do that to be like, well, I want people to judge me in a certain way. I have a legacy. People forget you in a week. You know what I mean? I got news for you. With the exception of your family, the overwhelming majority of us are going to be forgotten almost instantly. Now, Howard Stern was a big enough legend in radio that his legacy will last for a while. People will remember him, and he's in the Radio Hall of Fame. There's at some level, he's going to be remembered more than many of us. But it's idiotic to care about how some woke generation or you don't even know what the woke's going to be. You have no idea how they're going to judge you. Plenty of people. I mean, like people think of like, RuPaul comes in, and RuPaul comes in. He's like, oh gosh, I'm going to be trans. Yeah, it's just shocking.
What?
I know it was a weird night for you, but no, it was
so many times. Touch my. Go on.
He comes out and he's this, cross-dresser.
Yeah,
and he is woke, right? Like he's the generation.
He's genuinely himself, though. I think that's why nobody was bothered by him.
Right, but I do think there were people that became bothered.
They were bothered by him, yeah. But
I want to say it's, and I'll butcher this, but I think it was Patton Oswalt who did a very, very funny rant about this, and he's very woke and very liberal, but basically was criticizing other people who were liberal, saying like, this is RuPaul. Like she knocked down every single wall of all of this, and now they're calling RuPaul not woke enough because he used the wrong term for something, or I don't even remember what the controversy was. But like, you can't even we're moving so fast, you can't even keep yourself in line with what history's going to think about you for a couple of months.
Exactly.
It's impossible. It's stupid to think about it. Just think about making the right decisions for you and your family. That is what you can do. Those things you can actually judge and make a difference in. You can't do anything else. It is very unlikely. And I say this as a guy who was, we did an event in Washington, D.C., where 500,000 people showed up to it. Like we went through that entire Tea Party era, right? Where Glenn was, basically the central figure or one of the few central figures of that. I went through all of that stuff with him. We went through every single day of that. And, there were times where we did really make differences in certain aspects of where the country was headed. The 2010 election was the biggest wave election in a century in this country. And that was the peak sort of Tea Party era. All that being said, what did it mean? Like, I'm glad we did it. And I care about all those issues that I cared about then. But in the end of the day, did we change, for generations, the outcome of this country? Like, I don't think so. We went from that to absolutely insanity within years. I mean, it was the hardest thing we could, probably the biggest thing you could ever achieve in radio, Glenn achieved.
Oh, that's
era,
absolutely
right?
true.
It's basically impossible. I mean, Rush, you could maybe put a step above that. I don't know if there's anyone else, in history when it comes to political commentary.
Well, and I don't see them as people that really changed their point of view a ton.
Yeah,
they changed, they evolved, they grew. Glenn at one point was a doped up shock jock.
Yeah, totally.
So you can see where he grew. So that's a different thing though than forcing it. And there's a difference between growing as a human being, changing your course, and then just forcing you. And you're absolutely right. That's why you're successful, though, is because but that's just staying in your lane, caring about your family, worrying about yourself. And the reality is all this mob stuff and the way the internet makes you think and the way that people attack each other. What we see on the streets is just people screaming in each other's faces, yelling. This is all a reaction of this. I don't even know how to use the term, but this grand illusion that we're going to be on the right side of history,
right.
And none of it's real.
Yeah.
None of this self-hatred and this idea that you're going to please other people, you're never going to. And people will turn on you in a second. And I found that out the hard way. I found that out so many times in my life. And for the last 8 years being in radio, from the moment I got Cumia to the moment I got Crowder to the moment I went to the Blaze, the number of people that stabbed me in the back and did horrible things to me because I went on some other side or they were against some other idea and some politics that I had that they didn't share that I didn't even have. They just decided I had them. You just have to learn like, okay, well, these are friends, these aren't. And I just have to move on with that. And I have to learn to take care of my family and take care of my kid. These are my responsibilities and try to entertain the audience that still likes me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. You do the show. We do the show every day to hopefully that you get some enjoyment out of it. Maybe you think about something a little bit different. Maybe you laugh a few times. Like that is like legitimately what I want to do with the show. Like I want to have fun. I want to talk about the news. And I think there's a weird thing that it gets in your head at times where you try to blow it up to bigger than that. And some people are able to achieve those things. But I think like people don't realize what a superpower it becomes if you just don't care about that stuff. If you don't care about every stupid comment on the internet, if you don't care about what another host says about you or whatever, once you get to that place, and I know you're there, I'm there. I think you get there when you do this long enough. It's just at least some people do, because I do see, I do watch the internet and I see people fighting all the time over this stuff, and it's like I don't understand why in those positions they might do that, but it's just you get past that, and the world becomes a much better place. It really does.
For me, look, you have to bottom out and get kicked down, and whether that's doing it to yourself through self-destruction and other people doing it to you, which was a mix of both for me. It's like that hit a point where it's like you have to either stop playing into it because you're just destroying yourself along with them, or you just let it kill you.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much the option. Like people will have no problem tearing you down. And it's so much easier to go after somebody than it is building something up. I mean, we say that as we trash people, but I'm just saying, like, which Fauci deserves. I mean, when you really break it down, we're punching up, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I don't think, I'm not going after people that are vulnerable and weak or anything. I'm just saying we're discussing that a lot of people, and who knows, Howard Stern could be, I doubt it, but who knows behind closed doors.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I don't know.
My personal issue, even when we get into something with Fauci, is I genuinely believe that good things were happening in this country, and I was watching a change, and I was watching people's lives get better, including my own. And I watched COVID happen, and for the last 6 years, I've watched everything fall, just like a house of cards, as a result of this virus that I do believe destroyed the country. And I think this guy knew, and I think the texts prove it.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone's saying you can't be critical of a government official over their actions, right? Like, I'm not saying that. We're going to be critical all the time of stuff.
I don't think he knew it would get this bad. I'll give him that.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe.
I don't think if he could look at what they're doing to him now and not jump in a time machine, he wouldn't.
Yeah, he certainly would stop sending texts.
Yes.
Say that. Well, anyway, we hope that you enjoy the show, and we try to do it for you. And I hope you stick around because I have a really great episode of stabbing Dave in the back planned for next summer. So hopefully you stick around. It's going to be great. You're going to love it.
One of us does something wrong.
All right. We'll be back in a second.
Get rid of all of the holdovers. Do not let anybody hang around in some small office somewhere who can literally subvert your program, and you don't even know that person's there. And I will predict that, Trump and his minions are going to try to,
put people.
They're going to try to move people from political appointments to so-called civil service appointments, although they're trying to destroy the civil service. So people are going to have to be really searching. to make sure that they are not going to be literally subverted from within the government.
That's a really good point.
Is it, though?
If she projected anymore, I swear, the new Spider-Man movie would be playing out of her eyeballs. Also, when did Mickey Rourke get a podcast? My goodness.
It's an attractive crew, I'll tell you.
Wow, that is a...
I believe it. I recognize the irony.
It looks like
saying
two old Hell's Angels talking about their glory days.
Yeah. I mean, she is describing to a T the deep state.
Yes.
Right? Like, this is exactly what she's describing is exactly the approach Donald Trump took when he got into office in 2024.
Yes.
Or 2025, technically. He came in and he said, he did exactly this. He said, look for the... Now, you can say, well, I liked those other people and I don't like the new people. That's a rational argument.
Sure.
To call him insane for saying there is a deep state or there could be a deep state and then advocating for this approach... The hypocritical nature of it is off the charts.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And it's exactly what I expect out of Hillary Clinton. I mean, other than, unaliving people.
Sometimes people fall.
Look.
And they fall on a gun.
Sometimes they fall on a gun 3 times in the woods. It happens. A lot of people, right before they unalive themselves, yell, help, help. I won't tell anyone. Yeah, that happens.
That happens a lot.
Yeah, a lot of people that have secrets on the Clintons, sometimes they're in helicopters and planes that go down randomly.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's just
our aviation industry right now. This is a real problem with
It's just coincidental that a lot of the planes that go down happen to have their enemies on them.
God, it's true. It's true. Some planes that they are on don't go down. Well, they eventually go down, but they land peacefully in an island named Epstein's Island.
Yes, that's true.
That's another plane situation they get on.
Yes. What I love is the number of people, too, that get angry on the internet about everything said about Trump. And they're like, what about Epstein Island? It's like, there's Bill Clinton getting rubbed on, like, his shoulders rubbed by teenagers. There's like 1,000 pictures of that.
Are those real? I never know anymore.
It's Bill Clinton.
I mean, of course.
True. Nobody. Let's be honest. Everybody on the right and left agrees Bill Clinton was on Epstein Island.
Yeah.
Nobody's like, hey,
yeah,
he wasn't there.
There really isn't any disagreement. I don't even think they disagree with it.
I don't even think Bill's like, yep.
He was kind of
was.
What a great era. Yeah. That's how he looks back at it. Okay, I want to take a quick break. Back with more in a second. We love getting your comments. BlazeTV.com/Stu and Dave. The code is Stu and Dave. Join us on Blaze TV. It's a great community there, as well as on all of our social media. This comes from YouTube. Dave needs to charge extra for his shows because now that we know he can sing, he's worth twice as much.
Oh, yeah.
Big reaction to your Whitney and Taylor Swift singing yesterday.
People seem to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
my eyes have been hidden all show, I think.
Oh, yeah.
The brim was low.
It was a little low. This one comes in as well from YouTube. In regards to Dave's beautiful singing, I would definitely download this version onto my iPhone, Dave. Is there nothing you're not awesome at? People love it. Any physical activity, really.
Any at all.
Any at all. This one comes in from Spotify. Matt Rife, we were talking about the comedian the other day, makes fun of literally every human. They go to his shows just to be made fun of because no one else will treat them normally. I dislike his swearing, but his comedy is hilarious.
There you go.
Yeah, Matt gets a good defense there. By the way, you can get the completely clean comedy styling of Dave Landau all across the country. Never a swear, ever included.
No, squeaky.
Never once.
As long as you watch my clips where it's beeped out.
Yes. DaveLandau.com is the place to go to get tickets. And I'll remind you, one of the biggest primary nights of the year is tonight. 6 different states in action, dozens of elections to look at. Lots of opportunities if you're into prediction markets and just want to know what's going on in the world. Go to predictableshow.com. Join us there. Lots of great content. I think you'll like it. Thanks so much. We'll see you tomorrow.